The African Mining Indaba in Cape Town kicked off its day 2 of the summit. The event is taking place in person for the first time in 2 years due to COVID-19. President Cyril Ramaphosa delivering an address this morning. Let's talk about then the challenges facing mining communities. We're joined by Elton Thobejane, chairperson of the Sekhukhune combined mining affected communities. Elton, good evening to you. Thanks for your time. There's no question about the fact that mining companies, especially with an area like Sekhukhune, have not been holding up their end of the bargain when it comes to those social and labor plans, that they make a commitment to, contribute to the community. Following the extensive research that has been done, have you as community members seen any kind of difference in the way mining communities have conversations with you or are even willing to be held accountable?
Good evening to you, Kathy, and your viewers at home. Unfortunately, since the release of the report that we've conducted last year, there is no change. Particularly the big giant Anglo-American, they continue to engage with us in bad faith. And unfortunately, this is the situation that we find ourselves in.
Has there been any effort or initiative from the Department of Mineral Resources and Energy to hold these companies accountable? Because that report, also was quite damning on the role of the department in simply not being able to follow through and to help and work together with communities.
Once again, Kathy, the Department of Minerals and Energy is not responsive to the set of emails that we have sent to them. And this is an indication that there is no way that they're going to take mining communities serious. But now the question, the problem with this is that if you don't want to engage, if you don't want to consult extensively with people that are directly impacted by the operations in the country, how are we going to address the legacy of mining in the country? The DMR has been really ignoring us as mining communities, us as community-based organizations that are directly and indirectly impacted by mining. And we are not really happy with their conduct and their behavior.
The irony, of course, is that you have the president saying South Africa is going to work hard to improve some of the challenges or deadlocks that big mining companies say they face when doing business in South Africa, therefore unlocking more investment. He describes the industry as a sunrise industry, where on the other hand, communities don't want mining companies because of the fact that they feel they're exploitative in nature.
That's correct, Kathy. We need to understand that the president is a business-minded person. And we as communities don't see the reason why there should be a continued effort to get investors to invest in mining in the country, while people that are really impacted by mining, they are living in poor conditions, and there is no development in the areas that they live. The companies or even the DMRC itself does not have a clear mechanism for dispute resolutions. The OGM that exist in mining companies mostly, they're just there as barriers to ensure that actually the issues that communities comes with do not get addressed to the satisfaction of those communities.
So, Elton, what do you make of the Indaba that is taking place currently?
Well, as I said, I've attended many of these Indabas, but the reality is that the situation on the ground has not changed. At the Indaba, they talk about investment. At the alternative mining Indaba, they talk about general issues of mining. But the real issues that affect communities on a daily basis, like meaningful participation and meaningful consultation when it comes to the development of SLP, is not being discussed. We have a situation in Sekhukhune whereby the roads are constructed in a poorly form, and the quality of those roads are also poor. The bridges are falling apart. They're becoming even more a burden and a risk to communities.
All right.
And so companies are unable to fulfill their obligation in terms of the SLPs. There is nothing at all that the mining Indaba or the alternative mining Indaba in Cape Town is going to do to address those issues, to be honest.